Hey everyone, Sharktail here, bringing you all my updated deck profile for my Yu-Gi-Oh! Cyberse deck for the July 2020 format for post Toon Chaos and also post Eternity Code. So with these new supports, we actually got the code generator in Toon Chaos, which is something I've been looking forward to quite a while. And then with Eternity Code, we've got a bunch of new cyber support, as well as the Link 4 Code Talker monster, Axis Code Talker. So with this deck profile, I'm gonna have it like back to being more focused with the Code Talkers rather than Firewall Dragon Darkfoot with all the Ritual, Fusion, Singles, and XCs plays. So I just want to have the more link spam with the Code Talkers. So without further ado, let's get started with this deck profile. So starting off, we have the 3 microcoders. This card actually just got reprinted in Toon Chaos, so if you're actually upset that this was not only expensive but also was exclusive to the game, Link Evolution, no worries, because this card is much more easier and cheaper to get now to have a playset of. So with microcoder, basically this card can be used as hand for a link material for a link summon of a Code Talker monster, and not only that, if it was used as link material for a Code Talker monster, you can add 1 silent spell or trap to your hand, or if this was actually from your field, you can actually search a level 4 monster instead. Cyberse, that is. So not only was it actually easier for you to link summon off of, but also with the effect, it can actually search out any silent spell or traps. Obviously, your main one would be your silent codec, but say if you actually already have that in your hand, then there's actually a bunch of other silent spells and traps you can go for, like silent mining, silent optimization, and so on. Next, I'm running the 3 Lady Debugs. If this card is normal or special summon, you can add 1 level 3 or lower Cyberse monster from your deck to your hand. You can only use this effect of Lady Debug once per turn. So this actually really does go great with your microcoder, because say if you actually don't have this in your hand, you can just use Lady Debug to normal or special summon it, and then the effects will actually trigger off. Adding this microcoder to your hands, because it's actually a level 1, and with microcoder, you can actually use it for a link material from your hand, for a link summon of a Code Talker, so you can use microcoder and a Lady Debug from the field to link summon off of your Code Talker, and then your microcoder will have its effects triggered and just search out any of your silent spells or traps. So that's what I actually really like about Lady Debug. Next, we got the 3 code generators. Finally, I'm actually so happy that this card is in the TCG now, as this card was just imported in Toon Chaos. So basically, this card actually does the same thing as your microcoder. It can be used as link material from the hand for a link summon of a Code Talker monster. But the ability is different though. Instead of it being a searcher, this time if it's actually used in the hand, then you can just, if it's actually if it's a monster that's 100 or 1200 or less, you can actually send it from the deck to the graveyard. Or if it's used from the hand, then, or if you use from the field, my bad, then you can just search it out instead. So what I really like is that it actually does a lot of combos, because say if you actually were to do it with your Sea Archiver or your Dotscaper, then with your graveyard ability with one of these 2s, they can actually be triggered. I actually like to do it with the Dotscaper, in my opinion, because Dotscaper, if it's actually sent to the graveyard or banished, then it can actually special summon itself back to the field. Then we got the 3 parallel XCs. The reason why I'm actually running 3 of this card is because my only problem with Parallel Exceed is that, say if you actually have like 2 of them in your hand already, then you can't really do much with Parallel Exceed, unfortunately. But with this card just actually came out in Eternity Code. Thank goodness it's actually common, by the way, so it's actually pretty cheap, and it's not even short printed. So basically with Parallel Exceed, if you were to link summon, then you can basically special summon 1 Parallel Exceed from your hand to a zone where the link monster points to, And then basically, if you were to successfully summon Parallel Exceeds, then you can basically special summon another Parallel Exceed from your deck, but with like both of their cards being lowered to a level 4 and also have their attacks cut in half. So this is actually a really good card because with Parallel Exceeds, you can just either use it for a link material or you can actually use it for your Exceeds plays, but I'm actually not running a rank 4, so this is actually really good for your link summon right here. Then I'm actually running the 2 Balancer Lords. I'm actually running 2 of these now because, like, with all the new support we got, I don't really think we actually really need a playset of this card anymore. So, but with Balancer Lord, I still think it's actually really good, just giving you that extra normal summon just by paying 1,000 life points. Also with the banish effects, if this card was to be banished, then you can just special summon 1 level 4 or lower monster from your hand. And there's actually quite a few cards you can actually get Balancer Lord to banish. Then I'm running the 2 Widget Kids. Basically, if this card is normal or special summon, then you can special summon another Cyberse monster from your hand to the field in defense position, just for pretty much more plays, just to get your Cyberse monster out in the field. And then I'm running the 2 Cyberse Gadgets. Basically, if this card was actually normal summon, you can target 1 level 2 or lower monster from your graveyard and then special summon in defense position. Also, if this card was actually used as link material, or if this card was if it was used as link material, and then you can just basically use it as, or you can actually special summon 1 gadget token from your. Then for the one-offs, I'm actually running the 1 code generator. Basically, it does have the same ability as your code generate. Did I say code generator? This is code radiator. That's what I meant to say. But anyways, it actually does have the same ability as code generator and microcoder that can be used as link material from the hand for a link summon of a code talking monster. But also, it does actually have this different ability. Instead, it just basically targets one of your monster and have it like lowered to 0. Or if it's actually used as material from the field instead, you can actually target 2 of those monsters instead. Then I'm running the 1 Sea Archiver I've actually mentioned with this card with the code generator. Basically, if a monster were to be normal or special summoned to a zone where a link monster points to, you can special summon this card from the graveyard. So just actually helps with the more plays from the more graveyard plays, basically. Then I'm running the 1 Armored Big Tron. This card just came in Eternity Code, and I believe it's actually one of the OCG imports in that set. You can tribute this card, special summon 1 Cyberse monster from your deck, except for Armored Big Tron, but negate its effects. Also, you cannot special summon for the rest of this turn, except for Cyberse monsters. If a Link 3 or higher Link monster you control is destroyed by battle, or if your opponent's card effects, while this card is in your graveyard, you can special summon this card, but banish it when it leaves the field. You can only use each effects of Armored Big Tron once per turn, so it just really helps you with the more plays, basically. And then I'm actually also running the 1 Scripton, if that's how you pronounce it. I just actually want to try this card out because I actually kind of do like its effect. You can banish 2 Cyberse monster from your graveyard except Scripton. Special summon this card from your hand. If this card is sent to the graveyard as material for a link summon of a Cyberse monster, you can target 1 banished monster, shuffle into your deck. You can use each of these effects of Scripton once per turn. Like I said, you can actually use the Bouncer Lord to banish it from your graveyard. It also does have the same ability as the Great Buster, although the attack is lower. But it actually does like really come in handy because if this card was actually used as link material, then you can actually return one of your banished link monsters, or not link monsters, banished Cyberse monster from your deck, basically. Then for some more one-offs, I'm actually running the 1 Clock Wyvern. one backup secretary, one link if flyer, and then I'm actually running the one dotscaper. And then I'm actually also running the one Cyberse Magician. Basically, I just kind of have no room, so I just actually want to play the Cyberse Magician. And then that's it for the monsters. On to the spells. I'm actually running the 3 Sign-Up Minings. Basically, just send 1 card from your hand to the graveyard, add 1 level 4 or lower Cyberse monster from your deck to the hand. So just really easy just to search out any of your Cyberse monsters. If you actually still can't get your hand on Sign-Up Mining though, then for kind of like a more budget version, you can actually always go for the Sign-Up Backdoor. I know this card actually pretty much just got reprinted in not too long ago, but if you actually still can't get your hands on it, or you can't afford it, then I would actually still go for the Sign It Backdoor. 3 Sign It Codex, another card that was actually once exclusive as a video game promo, just got reprinted in Toon Chaos. Basically, Sign It Codex is your continuous spell that does all your combos. Basically, like if you were to link some of the Code Talker monster, then you can actually add you can actually add a Cyberse monster from your deck to your hand based on that attribute that Code Talker monster is. It is a once per chain, so you're only just really limited to like 1 attribute basically, so you can't really like bring back, or you can't really add the same attribute based on that Code Talker monster. But it actually still does really a lot though. Then 2 Sign-Up Optimization, and then 1 Sign-Up Ritual, basically just for the ritual monster. And then for some more generic spells, I'm actually running the 1 for 1 just to actually help bring out the microcoder easier. And then 1 Monster Reborn, just a generic spell, just to special summon any monster from the graveyard. And I'm also running 2 trap cards. I'm basically running the 2 Sign-Up Conflict. Basically, I would actually say this is based your Call by the Grave for your Code Talker monsters, except it's actually basically a trap and not a spell. That's the only downside for this card, but I still think it can be pretty useful in my opinion. That is it for the main deck. On to the extra deck. I'm running the 1 Cyberse Reminder. This is the only non-link monster I'm running in the extra deck. Basically, with this card, you can add, you can detach one material and then add a Sign It Spell Trap from your graveyard to the hand. And then for the link ones, I'm actually running 1 Link Disciple, and then I'm actually running the 1 Talkback Lancer. Then for some link 2s, I'm actually running 1 Honeybot, 1 Code Talker Inverted, and then I'm actually also running the 1 Code Talker, and then I'm actually running the 1 Security Dragon. And for some more link 2 plays, I'm actually running 1 Cyber Switch, runs 1 Splash Mage. This card is actually brand new, that just came out in Eternity Code, that just helps with like the more special summon from the graveyard. And then I'm also running the 1 Update Jammer. Then for some link 3s, I'm actually running the 1 Trigate Wizard, 1 X Code Talker, 1 Trans Code Talker, and the 1 Shooting Code Talker. And then lastly, I am running the 1 Access Code Talker, basically your boss monster for this deck. I know this card is actually pretty expensive right now, going around $65, so for more of an alternative budget version, if you actually want a more budget version of a Link 4 Cyberse monster, then you can actually go for the Raster Liger. But if you actually want to kind of like go for like a Dark Attribute Code Talker monster for your Sign-It Codec plays, then I would probably say for your best budget option would be your Decode Talker Extended. But Access Code Talker, I think, is actually really powerful monster. Just pretty much helps you wipe out your board just by like banishing like any link monsters that's based on like the attribute, but you can't banish that same attribute monster. But also if this card was actually used, but this card can actually also gain attack on depending on the link monsters attack link ratings basically. And that is it for the Cyberse deck profile. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Take care.